Be strong.
Hello there. Welcome to Car Facts. In this video we are going to be discussing about the 13 most expensive luxury sedans in the world as of 2021. There's nothing modest about sitting in rush hour gridlock in a 17-foot-long car that costs multiple times what the vast majority make in a year, particularly when the vehicle begins scouring your shoulders. You will not see large numbers of them on the streets as they are wonderful and intriguing machines, regardless of whether another person is driving them. Here's the means by which they rank. Number 13 on our list is the Volvo S90. This Sweden beauty has everything: present-day great looks, an astutely designated inside, a module half-and-half powertrain, and a 9.0-inch vertical infotainment screen that is as simple to use as a cell phone. A 316 horsepower turbocharged and supercharged 4-chamber comes standard with an 8-speed programmed. The inside highlights a beautiful blend of excellent materials like brushed metal, cowhide, and open-pore wood. It has a base cost of $52,000. Number 12 The Genesis G90. As the lead of the beginning Genesis extravagance brand, the 2021 G90 car conveys a cosseting ride and limo-like lodge, yet does as such at a value that undermines setup rivals by a large number of dollars. It even procures a spot on our editor's choice rundown. A twin-turbocharged V6 is standard and purchasers can select a 5.0-liter V8 motor, yet we found that exhibition is about as similar regardless of which one is under the G90's hood. Both are smooth and calm, which establishes a tranquil lodge climate while cruising. The G90's front and back seats are rich, open, and agreeable, and the lodge brags bounty standard extravagance and comfort highlights. The essential region where the G90 doesn't coordinate with adversaries like the BMW 7 arrangement and the Mercedes-Benz S-Class is in the tech office. However, most clients will in any case track down its standard infotainment and driver help highlights natural and supportive. Falling off an exhaustive facelift for the 2020 model year, the 2021 G90 gets just slight changes. Another rear comfort driving mode improves the ride for backseat travelers. The dashboard and entryway boards trade certifiable cowhide for the phony stuff utilized already. The G90's infotainment framework is currently equipped for over-the-air refreshes and improved voice acknowledgement. The lone outside distinction is another plan for the 19-inch wheels. With a base price of $73,000, this is what it imparts to its undeniably more costly contenders: it's tranquil, it's enormous and agreeable, and it can cause rolling over even the bumpiest streets to want to ride on pads. A few group like its steampunk looks more than others, however it drives well without requiring a huge number of dollars in extra alternatives. Back tire drive is standard, however you can add all-wheel drive for $2,500. The G90 is fueled by either a 365 horsepower twin-turbocharged V6 or a 420 horsepower V8, both utilize an 8-speed programmed. Its 12.3-inch touchscreen is not difficult to utilize and less confounded than the menus found in the Mercedes S-Class. Like the Volvo S90, the G90 procured UNF's Top Safety Pick Plus grant for 2021 and has a trunk space of 15 cubic feet. Number 11 The Lexus Ls 500. Base cost, $76,000. On the off chance that you love Goliath grills, the plastic bin on the facade of the Lexus Ls makes certain to please. It's the biggest car from Japan sold in the US also. Its smooth and powerful 416 horsepower twin Super V6 causes it to feel like something other than an extravagant Toyota. For 2021, Lexus added modified LED headlights, lustrous dark taillight accents, and inside upgrades such thicker armrests and seat pads and touchscreen infotainment show. There's additionally a LS 500H half-breed model that joins the force from a V6 and 2 electric engines for 354 torque. It adds warmed and cooled front and back seats, 28-way power flexible seating front seats, and a back mid-control area with touchscreen controls for environment and sound. A movable suspension, 20-inch wheels, and a 360-degree camera framework are additionally included. In the event that just there was an alternative that would erase the irksome touchpad infotainment controls. Number 10. The Audi A8. Audi's biggest and most rich vehicle, the 2021 A8, conceals its high-dollar lodge behind an attractive yet downplayed facade. It even acquires a spot on our editor's choice rundown. From a good ways, it's not difficult to confuse this almost six-figure vehicle with a humble A4, yet that kind of namelessness may really be interesting to more limited moguls. Inside, purchasers will discover a lodge that is similarly as open and exquisitely equipped as the showier Mercedes-Benz S-Class and BMW 7 arrangement, including accessible rubbing seats for front and back travelers. Audi has carried out its whole parade of infotainment and driver help innovation here, as the A8 fills in as a moving grandstand of Marvel Bang includes. Audi is tightening up the extravagance on the A8 for 2021 by making 22-way, power customizable front seats with warmth and ventilation standard across the setup. Likewise, now standard is a remote cell phone charging cushion and a 360-degree outside camera framework. The first-class 60 TFSI model presently accompanies the sport-style bundle, 20-inch wheels, front lip spoiler, and chrome lower body cladding, just as Matrix Plan LED headlights and delicate Valcona calfskin upholstery. With a base cost of $87,000, the accessible 453 horsepower twin Super V8 for the A8 is Bounty Quick. A 335 horsepower turbocharged V6 is standard, and both powertrains accompany an 8-speed program transmission and all-wheel drive. A 443 horsepower module half-and-half model is additionally accessible and gets an EPA-assessed 53 consolidated. It's considerably more productive than the gas V6, yet the thing that matters is eventually an insignificant detail at a vehicle at this cost. A 10.3-inch infotainment screen is standard, however the 12.3-inch virtual cockpit measure bunch is likewise incredible for route. The infotainment framework could utilize a couple of more handles, yet the screens react rapidly and can be custom made to show whatever you find generally valuable. There's a solitary volume handle for the sound framework, since most capacities are controlled through the touchscreens. It very well may be overpowering at first. However, the framework rushes to react and exceptionally configurable, permitting proprietors to pick their own committed catches on the lower screen while offering perpetual catches for route, climate, phone capacities, and radio on the left half of the upper screen. Simply realize that you'll destroy the included microfiber wipe attempting to eliminate fingerprints. Front and center, there are two USB ports with joint information and charging capacity, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay telephone combination is standard alongside Amazon Alexa similarity. Wi-Fi through Audi Connect Plus is accessible for an extra membership charge. Number 9. BMW 7 Series. In case you're searching for a huge vehicle to be driven in, the 2021 BMW 7 arrangement checks a ton of boxes, particularly for its roomy and loosening up lodge that can be optioned with all way of extravagance highlights. All models are fueled by a velvety powertrain, going from an inline-6 in the base 740i to twin Super V8 and V12 alternatives. There's even a module crossbreed model that can run on power for up to 17 miles prior to changing to its gas motor. Drivers will not discover a lot to engage themselves, since the greatest BMW car has adopted a solace-first strategy. However, the 7 arrangement doesn't baffle as a cruiser, as its agreeable ride effectively deletes street blemishes. Just one change is available. Buyers can arrange the controller stopping highlight as an independent choice. Something else, BMW's lead car continues unaltered from 2021. The BMW 7 arrangement asks, "Anyway, do you need it?" Also, regardless of whether you needn't bother with it, this Bimmer fits in something beyond one sets of shoes. A 320 horsepower turbocharged inline-6 is standard, and for $9,100 more, the all-wheel drive 745e module crossover joins that equivalent motor with an electric engine for an all-out yield of 389 torque. Further up the duty section you'll track down a 600 horsepower Alpina B7 that is less expensive and speedier than the 601 horsepower V12 fueled M760i. Each 7 arrangement has a fast-moving 8-speed programmed. The B7 is our pick, as it's a stronghold of solace that doesn't forfeit any go when life presents an issue best addressed with a level gas pedal. In spite of the fact that there are a lot of ponies pulling the cart, we wish the 7 arrangement felt steadier when moving side to side. We get it, its delicate suspension is important for its rich disposition, however others improve, and for generously less cash with a base price of $88,000. Number 8 Porsche Panamera. Base cost, $90,000. It has the look and the exhibition of a Porsche, however the 2021 Panamera has 4 entryways and a spacious trunk, which help put forth its defense as an everyday driver. Its common sense doesn't discolor its brandishing character, however. It's close to as dexterous and open as the brand's games vehicles. Porsche's Panamera flaunts a driver-centered lodge that looks and feels just as extravagant as its lofty cost would have you accept. Sitting in the focal point of the Panamera's scramble is a huge and alluring 12.3-inch touchscreen. Sadly, the infotainment framework isn't as simple to use as it ought to be. Despite the fact that it has attractive highlights like Apple CarPlay joining, route, and a Wi-Fi area of interest, the menus are confounded, and a large number of its capacities could be more natural. The base back-tire drive Panamera and all-wheel drive Panamera 4-component a 325 horsepower turbocharged 2.6-liter V6. In the engine of the extensively speedier 4S model, 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds, is a 440 horsepower twin super 2.9-liter V6. Moving up to the GTS gives you a 473 horsepower twin turbocharged 4.0-liter V8. It's the best performing of the non-turbo line. In any case, its suspension forfeits some ride quality for the sake of dealing with Number 7 Maserati Quattroporte. The Maserati Quattroporte turns up the fire for 2021 with another superior model. The beefed-up Quattroporte Trofeo has a 580 horsepower twin super V8 with an 8-speed program transmission. It comes just with back-tire drive. Lesser trims get a 424 horsepower twin super V6, and the Quattroporte SQ4 accompanies all-wheel drive. It's absolutely quite possibly the most realistic Italian vehicles out there. However, for something evaluated like a BMW 7 arrangement, we figure it should feel roomier than in any event a 5 arrangement. The car base cost is valued around $104,000 for the regular S, and $148,000 for the Trofeo. Number 6 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Base cost, $110,000. Bragging dynamite levels, extravagance and cutting-edge innovation, the 2021 Mercedes-Benz S-Class car is the German organization's lead and a moving assertion of progress. In spite of the fact that its celebrated history is incompletely answerable for that distinction, the most recent age hopes to develop its amazing archetype inside and out, settling on it an editor's choice victor. The new S-Class has more fantastic extents, a much more extravagant inside, imaginative security gear, and some truly modern highlights. The features incorporate a 3D measure group, a huge OLED touchscreen, back-tire guiding for better mobility, and a functioning air suspension that makes cornering smoother and keeps travelers more secure in case of a crash. A couple of turbocharged powertrains and standard all-wheel drive ought to guarantee that the 2021 S-Class car can whisk you to conferences or affair occasions on schedule. However, its liberal conveniences and parlor-like secondary lounge could be motivation to be elegantly late. The 2021 S-Class car introduces an all-new age. It endeavors to develop the active model by offering more style, more extravagance, more space, and surprisingly more innovation. We expect the superior AMG variations and the super-rich Maybach model to make a big appearance at some point after that. While Mercedes has said that there will not be an up-and-coming age of the S-Class Roadster and convertible, called Cabriolet, those 2020 models will persist into 2021 with no changes. The best of the best has entered another age for 2021, as the most recent Mercedes-Benz S-Class has at last shown up. It's over an inch longer than the past model and its wheelbase is extended by 2 inches. It's the lone vehicle in the fragment with flush entryway handles that jut on approach. Within sits a 12.8-inch OLED touchscreen that fills in as a monster booth for most vehicle capacities. It may have a hood decoration on the hood, however old-school handles and fastens inside have been supplanted by virtual renderings. A 429 horsepower turbocharged inline-6 with mixture help is standard, but on the other hand there's a 496 horsepower twin Super V8 for S580 models. In any event, when the huge Benz is changed to Sport Plus mode, the ride quality remaining parts smooth. There's even a stunt back pivot guiding framework that assists it with moving by turning the back tires by up to 10 degrees. It's additionally the solitary vehicle on this rundown that will start to rob many a "you shout I'm pushed" at its voice right hand. Ruler realizes what occurs in the event that it hears you notice how desolate and rich you are. We haven't driven the AMG form so it isn't positioned at this point, however in the event that the standard models are any sign, the Elite S-Class shouldn't frustrate. Number 5 Audi S8. Base cost, $131,000. On a superficial level the Audi S8 may seem as though an acculturated enormous vehicle, however give it the beans and this sled fueled by a 563 horsepower twin Super V8 can get to 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds. Each S8 accompanies the V8 motor, all-wheel drive, all-wheel controlling, a 17-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound framework, a head-up show, and double-sheet acoustic glass. There's likewise a $2,300 night vision aid bundle to help identify creatures and people on foot in obscurity by showing warm symbolism. That's right, all that in this unassuming Audi vehicle. Number 4 Maybach S-Class. Base cost, $190,000. I almost left this car out, but the Mercedes-Benz S Maybach is an extravagance vehicle for the wealthy, which makes the car an extravagance car for individuals who are rich to such an extent that even their drivers are wealthy. Like the Benz S-Class, the Maybach comes standard with most recent infotainment interface showed on a 12.8-inch OLED touchscreen accompanied by an increased reality route framework that showcases simple-to-follow video headings on both the infotainment show. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with remote availability, 6 USB-C ports, a 30-speaker Burmester sound system, a remote cell phone charging cushion, and a backseat theater setup are generally standard highlights. Number 3 Bentley Flying Spur. Base price, $220,000. For a few, pulling up to a location in another extravagance vehicle is reward enough, however for a fortunate few downright a super selective ride like the 2021 Bentley Flying Spur will do. The Flying Spur was updated for the 2020 model year so 2021 brings just minor changes. All Flying Spurs accompany an 8-speed double-grasp programmed, all-wheel drive, and an incredible twin-turbocharged motor. The section-level model is fueled by a 542 horsepower V8, however we'd recommend moving up to the 626 horsepower width 12 motor. It can jump to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. The V8 fueled model conveyed an indistinguishable 3.5 second 0 to 60 mph run, however the V12 is somewhat speedier to 100 miles per hour and through the quarter mile. Rich calfskin, real wood trim, and genuine metal accents line the Flying Spurs inside. A huge 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen is pleasantly arranged between huge areas of wood trim on the Flying Spurs dashboard. At a cost, Bentley will trade the static infotainment screen with a turning show that will, as you may have speculated, pivot the screen into the dashboard and raise a wood board highlighting 3 simple dials, an outside temperature check, a clock, and a compass. Number 2 Rolls-Royce Ghost. Base cost, $315,000. Rolls-Royce is broadly perceived as a builder of ultra-luxurious rides for ultra-wealthy people. Despite the fact that it's gone through a monstrous upgrade for 2021, the car powered by a 563 horsepower 6.7-liter V12 engine and can jump 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds. The vehicle is extravagant inside, with each surface, handle, switch, and switch made from quality materials. A double-screen backseat theater setup permits travelers to change the radio, input objections into the navigation system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto interfaces and more. Number 1 Rolls-Royce Phantom. Price, $600,000. In the event that the Mercedes-Benz S-Class is the car comparable to a top-notch flight, the 2021 Rolls-Royce Phantom is an extravagance personal luxury plane with an onboard masseuse and a Michelin-featured gourmet specialist. Tremendous force is given by a smooth 563 horsepower twin Super V12 matched with an 8-speed programmed and back-tire drive. Speed increase is energetic, yet Rolls-Royce's asserted 5.1 second 0 to 60 mph time is nothing you'd appreciate your chauffeur attempting to reproduce. The Phantom is more qualified for floating alongside fragile contributions to choke and guiding. An inside custom-made for rulers can be decorated with a custom craftsmanship run. Sections of land of wood, genuine metal accents, and immense breadths of graceful cowhide cover essentially every inch of the lodge. Moves Royce offers both a norm and long wheelbase form of the Phantom, the last extended by 8.6 inches, quite a bit of which results as extra backseat legroom. Talking about infotainment, the Phantom comes standard with an enormous infotainment show guilefully taken cover behind a glass board that extends the full width of the vehicle's dashboard. It's controlled through a revolving handle on the mid-control area. In case you imagine that backseat travelers are avoided with regards to the innovation game, the Phantom likewise includes touchscreens that engine down from every one of the front seatbacks to give admittance to the vehicle's sound and route frameworks, and furthermore a live TV tuner so travelers will not fall behind on their number 1 shows while in a hurry. For more updates and in case you have anything about cars you want me to create content, feel free to push that subscribe button and leave a comment below. Thank you.